Now that you can hit successful compressed pitch shots, those scoring shots, let's ramp it up into full swings. So a lot of people have success with the FlexClick first right away because they get it back. It's an abbreviated swing. We call it a 9-3 swing. Tons of success. Here's the little tricky part, really developing your hands. I call it sheepdogs. One of my mentor coaches, Ben Doyle, used to say, if you don't train your sheepdogs, they're not going to gather your sheep. Well, if you don't train your wrist conditions, they're not going to help your club get delivered to the golf ball. So first off, let's make sure you grip it correctly. Again, the lead wrist has to be bent back just a little bit. The FlexClick will remain flat. That'll give you room to have a great left hand or lead hand that will allow you to have a lagging golf club that can stress back and create a whip. So the feel of this, grip it, back of the left hand is bent back a little bit, trail hand cuddles up and pairs to that lead hand. The sensation for this lesson, we're going to do 30 of these. I'll demonstrate a couple for you. Now, as we work to take the club back to its full backswing for your physicality, notice how for me to take it back, it starts with a push. There's a push into the ground. What's this got to do with the FlexClick? Absolutely nothing, but it's the dynamics you need to have a great swing. So tune into this for a second. We're going to push so that we can have some speed. You'll notice that I haven't created a click yet. I want you to have a pretty neutral wrist at the top. The transitional sensation happens when we put some pressure on a lead foot. So I'm going to hit a little shot with a 7-iron. This will be about 160 yards. Eyes on the ball, mind in the awareness of the drill. And there's a series of clicks there, and let me explain the series of clicks. At address, it's flat. When we take it to the top, it's going to be pretty flat. Transitionally, you're going to hear that magic click. The golf club wants to sling onto the golf ball. It's going to flatten out as we hit it. We need that flattening out. We need that speed. That's the whip, like a towel snap. And then it'll unclick post-impact, and maybe at the top it may re-click. But the key is you have the awareness now to let the golf club transition into that magic slot where you can unwind and compress really good shots. Let's hit another one. So you're tuning into the feels and listening for the click, the tactile and auditory sensations. Aim the face, set the feet, waggle, put your attention on the sensations and the auditory awareness. And that was a really nice strike. In fact, you know what? I could feel that click a little bit early. But the fact is, wherever this happens, if it's flat at top, or maybe you're like Dustin Johnson or John Rahm, we need this sensation so that the golf club can get whipped down into impact. So you're going to find your little recipe for how you get the golf club on the ball well. Now here's the key. If you go to the top of your swing and you can't make it click in transition, if we go to the top and we can't make it click, you're going to ask yourself, Martin, what's wrong? Well, what's wrong is you're creating that complexity, adding angles, adding a problem that you cannot unwind in the 0.25 seconds of a downswing. We need to get this organized so the face is stronger and we can get through the golf ball. The folks that say, Martin, I can't get through it, I always just come back to them. You weren't prepared prior to it because the face was too open. They didn't have time. When they don't have time, they create all kinds of different compensations to get the face in the ball. If we prepare properly, we have all kinds of time and we're going to strike great shots.